So is there anything we can't sell to China? Now, they want to buy our land, they want our food, our produce, and apparently now they want our air. That's right, air. Entrepreneurs Theo Rugrock and John Dickinson have started the business Green and Clean Air, where they capture air from popular tourist destinations in Australia and sell it to people living in polluted cities such as Shanghai and Beijing for $20 a bottle. Green and Clean Air offers the best quality air from iconic locations such as Bondi Beach, the Gold Coast and the Blue Mountains. Fair dinkum. Theo from Green and Clean Air joins me on the line right now. Hello, Theo.
Hello, Mr. Smith. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well. You're obviously a very creative individual.
Well, we try to do our best. I mean, we certainly have been very busy today.
Where did this idea come from originally?
Well, I go to China 3 or 4 times a year, and every time when I come back and land at Mascot here, I'm surprised how beautiful our air is and how wonderful it is compared to what I see overseas, mainly in China.
Yeah. Having lived there for 2 years, I know exactly what you mean. You come home and you see birds, blue sky, and clean air, all the things you don't get in China.
Absolutely. And from that point, I think I was talking to my partner, John Dickinson, and we came up with a method of putting air in bottles, which actually is quite complicated to achieve. But after
why is it complicated to achieve?
Well, because you have to put clean air in, and you've got to try to get clean air out, and that is not always as easy as things, because you need compressors and generators and some filter in there.
So the air normally would stale, would it?
No, not really. We have sent our air to a lab, and they said, no, the same air that you put in is the same air coming out.
Oh.
Of course, I think the key to it, Mr. Smith, is to get the air from the location where we farm the air and get it into its purest form from that location in that bottle on site. So we don't try to alter the air when it goes in.
Okay, so there's this complicated process of getting the air in the bottle. How big's the bottle?
Oh, they are just standard bottles that you would use, say, for hairspray bottles. And see, normally when a product goes into a bottle, there is no lid on it. There is no valve. So they put the product in, and then they put the pressure valve on. We are actually putting the air through the pressure valve at the top straight into the bottle.
Oh.
Yeah. So every bottle has to be done one by one. At a mobile location where we feel the air is.
So correct me if I'm wrong. This comes out almost like a spray can.
Correct.
Ah.
Yes, correct. And one can has about 150 breath coming out of it. We are now working on bottles which are larger, which we can extend that, and it goes with PSI. We put it in. And it will then come out, indeed, one press at a time. It will come out of the bottle, and there's a mouthpiece that fits over your mouth.
So this is the way they consume the air. They consume it just by breathing it.
Correct. But I see there is a secondary market for it, Mr. Smith, I believe, is where people would like to take something home from the places that they've been. Like we're getting interest from private labels, like wineries and golf courses and resorts that say, okay, we are in an existing location, and we would like to have our picture on the bottle, the air that is from this place they can take home.
And it becomes a memory. They could almost frame it.
Absolutely, like they take things home from souvenir shops and things. So there is a market in that area as well, and we get a lot of interest from that.
How big's the market? I know what the potential market is, but how big's the conceivable market?
It'd be very, very large. To be honest, it's such a new product. We don't really know how large the market is, but seeing the interest that we're having at the moment from people like yourself and from other people who like to be distributors and like to send it to China already, it can be very, very large.
How many bottles of air are you selling per day?
Well, to be honest, we have just started this. We launched it 2 weeks ago, and we're already sending bottles as we speak. We're getting orders through our website, Green and Clean website, and people can buy bottles online. And at the moment we're shipping them mainly to China, but also to other places like Vietnam, and even people from the UK I had some people calling me from the UK who would like to get our air sent to them.
So if I bought one of these bottles, these compressed air bottles, and took a whiff, and it said it came from Bondi Beach, would I smell the salt?
Well, the lab that we have sent the bottles to, they indeed could certainly recognize the eucalypts in the air from the Blue Mountains. So I don't know, to be honest, if you would be able to smell the salt as distinct as you would be standing at the beach, but it certainly comes from the location that is on the bottle. So if the bottle says Gold Coast or Tasmania or New Zealand, it will come from those locations.
And the fact of the matter is the raw material here is free.
Correct. That's the beauty.
The government hasn't worked out how to tax you yet.
Not yet, but
They will.
That will come.
They will. That is unbelievable. So
Thank you, Chris.
So you've got a website, greencleanair.com.
No. The website is greenandclean.com.au in one word. greenandclean.com.au.
greenandclean.com.au. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
And how much do you sell a bottle for?
Well, we're selling it retail bottles $18.80, and we have also lower prices for distributors for wholesale.
Wow. That just knocks me over with a feather. You're obviously very much part of the export business. You export to China anyway, right?
Not really. We're giving consulting services to Chinese business people who want to commence businesses in Australia, and because of that, I go to China often. And I thought, we have something here which is so unique, and there must be a way we can make that available to people over there.
See, as a former expat, I could imagine feeling very homesick and reaching for a bottle of Bondi Beach.
There you go. And you can have that with your bottle of wine right beside, and some other beautiful things that you might take home from Australia to overseas.
Congratulations. This is going to go off the Richter, no doubt, and I wish I'd come up with it myself before you did. But well done. Thank you, Theo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. Okay, all the best.
All right, Theo Rugrock and his partner John Dickinson, these two entrepreneurs have got together Green and Clean Air to China. That'll do me.